All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Thomas. And today we're going to be asking, how do we avoid the alphabetic symbols meaning? I do educational videos, books, courses, and I specialize in this thing here that's called the Tree of Life. You may recognize it also as the Hebrew Kabbalah. This is an older version that is called Tree of Life. And as you see, it's got 10 circles here that are numbered 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Then there's a thing here called the abyss, which is a dotted circle. And then we have 3, 2, 1, and 0 above the tree. So we have 10 circles or spheres, and then we have the abyss, and we have 0. So 12 total categories. And these 12 categories are supposed to represent the 12 faculties of consciousness. That's how a lot of people use it. Now, what I've done with my model is I've attempted to take the whole tree and superimpose it upon each one of the spheres. So 12 here, with a mini 10th sphere and a mini ninth sphere, a mini eighth sphere, all within the 10th sphere. And then 12 more here and 12 here. So for a total of 144. And I call those 144 fractal faculties or stages of life, history, cosmology, and spirituality. And if you'd like to have me send you a free copy of an annotated version of that, which is very helpful if you want to keep score at home. You can follow each one of my videos and you can refer to it each time to look at the short annotated version. And it's just helpful to because I'm going to be rolling out all 144 of these in short videos. But this way you'll be able to kind of see the whole picture as I roll them out. So click the link below and I'll send that out to you. Now, I'm just going to go over real quickly what each one of the 12 12 faculties represents. And then we'll get into this question about the alphabetical symbols meaning. Okay, so here we have the 10th sphere. This is really our animal consciousness, survival, instinct, fight or flight. And so this is what we have, really even before we're born, like animal consciousness. This is the ninth sphere. This is a first couple years of our lives, and we are learning to, we're highly receptive, and we learn to basically look at our parents and anyone who's raising us in the household, and we copy them, we memorize what they're doing, copy them, and mimic them. So this is a domestic consciousness. Now, 8 is quite similar, but it's out in the so-called the real world, which is where the institutions are, the expert opinion, the media, and the schools, and the churches, and they tell you what you're supposed to believe. And at the A sphere, we just buy into it, and because it's we rationalize it and buy into it. So this is kind of rational thinking and belief systems and the institutions. Now, the 7th sphere being parallel or on the same level with the A sphere is kind of like the right-brained alternative to this left-brain thinking. So the seventh sphere is for people who have been in the A sphere, but they have seen things lacking with the A sphere. So they move over to the 7th sphere. This is where our creative spark is. This is our pleasure principle. This is where we are joyful. And so this is for artists and inventors who kind of bail out of here and kind of try to come up with things, invent or create things that will improve this situation here. But it also can be used as a wedge to get us up into the higher aspects of the tree. So this is really through our inspiration. So as Einstein said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And so we get the 1% inspiration here, and then the 99% perspiration comes as we move up the tree into this more difficult terrain here. So the sixth sphere here, and you can think of this, you can see that this is a pyramid here. So the path from the seventh to the sixth sphere is a uphill battle. And actually, the sixth sphere is our free will faculty, our ability to pay attention and to make decisions. And in particular, the decision to look up the tree instead of down. So you can imagine this as if this is a map, you can imagine that the map says you are here. And so we are here, but we are in the habit of looking downward at the tree into our conditionings and our habits and the way things used to be. And what we need to do is turn ourselves around, and instead of looking to the past or the future, look into now. And so that's kind of where we're at here at the sixth sphere. Another thing that happens at the sixth sphere, like I was saying, this is a pyramid, but it's really an octahedron. So with an octahedron, you have both the apex of the pyramid, but you also have the nadir of the pyramid. So it goes up and it goes this way and it goes this way. So once you kind of get to the sixth sphere, you end up getting the shaft, as Isaac Hayes would say. And so you end up going all the way to the bottom, which means that your path from 6 to 5 is also uphill. So this whole path here is uphill. But once you get to the fifth is about our sense of justice, cosmic justice. And this is also where you would find nonviolence and subculture. So this is where you would have like a replacement for this. So this is an alternative to this that is in line with justice, which is sorely lacking here. Okay, and then the fourth sphere is, again, parallel to the fifth sphere, or not parallel, but on the same level as the fifth sphere. This has to do with the natural law, the enforcement of the law, and also universal love and universal language. So the fourth sphere is the articulation of the natural law, whereas the fifth sphere is the enforcement of the natural law, or karma. Here, the abyss is our psychic powers. In particular, this is our ability to recognize and act upon omens and things that we have in our life that are coincidental, deja vus, and numbers that keep popping up, and synchronicities, things like that. And we have to be able to recognize those and act upon them. A lot of times when we're called upon to act on them, it calls upon us to do something that's ridiculous, something that is going to, normally embarrass us. But we see the omen there, and that's why we have to be able to generate the psychic heat to act upon it. So this has two elements: psychic receptivity to pick up on the omen, and then psychic heat to be able to act upon the omen. The third, second, and first sphere are triangle. That's our divine triangle. These are our divine aspects: omnipotence, all powerful; omniscience, all knowing or wisdom; and omnipresence, all present eternally. And then the zero sphere is above the tree, and it's really what the creator reserves for itself. So the zero is pretty much everything that is not part of the universe. So not in the universe. Okay, so that's the short version of an introduction to the tree. Now, what we've got here is we've got 144 stages, and today we're working on stage number 97. So stage number 97 is within the third sphere, so it's way up on the third sphere, but it's the 10th fractal within the third sphere. So, this can get relatively esoteric because we're way up into the, more abstract and esoteric aspects of the tree. We're into the bottom of omnipotence. And then, the 10th sphere is about instinct, animal consciousness. So this is somewhat combined with here, with the omnipotence at the third sphere. And so that's where we get stage number 97, which is called Syllables of Power. Stage number 97 is about the power, not the meaning, and not the harmony of language, of each letter, each syllable, another dimension of language. Sorry, dreamers, but sometimes we can't even try to get a symbol's meaning. Many symbols, the letters, have no meaning at all, but only power. What is power? Power moves, but is never moved. Power moves, but the universe itself moves. The universe is made of motion, and motion is the relationship between time and space. Between space and time. Space and time are identical, except that they are reciprocals of each other, in motion. More time, less space. More space, less time. Every relationship between space and time describes a kind of motion. Both time and space are three-dimensional and have reciprocal or have scalar aspects that progress in all directions. All physical entities and activities are expressible in terms of time and space only. Well, then, so what is power in terms of time and space? Power is 1 over space, which is also energy over time, because energy is time over space. So time over space divided by time is 1 over space. So energy per time is power. A speed of energy transfer, luminosity, radiation. And power is only good. Evil has no power and has to steal it from us. Letters are just inverse matter, so-called antimatter, where matter is made of time, filling 3D space. Inverse matter, sound, is made out of space, emptying 3D time. Holes in space, holes in time. Silence is full time. Sound is a hole in time. Letters, consonants, syllables are cosmic elements. So there is a cosmic oxygen, O, a cosmic nitrogen, N, and a cosmic carbon, and so forth. These are consonants that combine with a vowel to make a syllable. Cosmic atoms come from the cosmic or inverse world that interpenetrates our material world. We cannot see inverse matter, even with a microscope, but we can hear it. We hear in 3D time, I, J, and K. We see in 3D space, X, Y, and Z. Objects made of time or matter, we hear in time objects made of space, inverse matter. Rhythms and harmonic intervals, notes are wholes in silence, which is full time. Each consonant represents a motion combination. 3 criteria. 1, what is the location of the articulation in the mouth? 2, is it voiced? And 3, what is the flow or manner of articulation? The individual syllables can be chanted, repeated, channeled, after learning to synchronize them. This is mantra. Chanting at the exact time the slope of the wave is at its maximum. Chanting syllable phrases over and over stacks them together and calms the waters. Sound is inherently spiral shaped. So as we go up in pitch, the octaves repeat on a higher scale each time. We hear about 10 octaves. So this is 10 spiral loops. Each loop is twice as big as the one before. Okay, so that is just an introduction to the third sphere, omnipotence, where we use mantra and other sound techniques in order to unlock power that is within us, unlock omnipotence. And I recognize that some of that is, a little bit difficult, materials difficult. My recommendation is, you may want to go over it over and over again. That's how I learned it. A lot of the kind of physics stuff there comes from what is called the reciprocal system of theory, which was originated by a man named Dewey B. Larson and has been carried on. He's deceased, and it was carried on as the reciprocal system 2 by Bruce Perret, who also is recently deceased. I'm trying to carry on that work with some other people. He died in obscurity, as I guess Perret did as well. He had a little bit of thing going on the internet and attracted some attention to the reciprocal system. But I will be more explicitly trying to teach that in some of my courses as this year develops. But that's where we're at right now. Number 97, syllables of power. And hopefully in future videos, we'll kind of learn how to how to use those syllables and more of the physical aspects of all of this. Okay, well, so if you'd like to get my free copy of the 144 stages of life, history, cosmology, and spirituality annotated, then click the link below. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content from me coming up soon.